On this episode of NSFW Show, we are joined by the invisible wife, Bonnie Brushwood. We discuss all manner of hootenanny nonsense, including more details on South by So Wasted 2, some surprising quotes from Ben Franklin, crabs, and much, much more. It's all coming up on this edition of NSFW Show.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust. This is TWiT.
Bandwidth for NSFW is brought to you by CacheFly at CACHEFLY.com.
This is NSFW episode 166, recorded on February 19th, 2013, a festival of crabs. This episode of NSFW brought to you by Manpacks, manly goods on a schedule. Get started today and have underwear, socks, toiletries, shaving supplies, and more delivered to your door. Visit manpacks.com/twit and get $10 off your first order of $30 or more, or buy a $50 gift card for only $40. And by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create a professional website, blog, portfolio, and now an online store. Check out their new e-commerce solution so you can start selling stuff immediately. For a free trial and 10% off your first purchase on new accounts, head on over to squarespace.com and use offer code NSFW2.
Con los terroristas.
That's good enough for me. That means it is now go time for NSFW, the new show full of wind, the new sauce for the Webernets, the show that's nominally safe for work. Howdy, beautiful party people. Doesn't quite sound the same with the orchestra, but I'm okay with that. I'm Brian Brushwood, joined as always by my inimitable co-host, my brother that is not related to me in any way, and is genetically of a different race, maybe. Mr. Justin Robbie Young, how you doing, buddy?
Brian, welcome everybody to NSFW. Thank you yet again for joining me on the show where you and I talk, usually with me from a hotel room.
It's so funny to see the role reversal, because for so long it was like me on the road, and it's like we'd call in over Skype. You'd be there live in Petaluma, but now you're the one gigging. How is that with the Go game? Like, have you gotten jaded and bitter about being on the road all the time yet?
No. I mean, a lot of it's still fun, and a lot of it is also cool because I just have a lot of friends. Different places, and especially with the show now, there's always fun people to visit, like including I'm going to be in Atlanta next week. So if you are in the Atlanta area, which apparently you don't realize, not only because of Dragon Con, but also a lot of local Georgia Diamond Club.
Dude, my God. Yeah, no, that's like our second bastion. By the way, that was the lovely dulcet tones of the invisible wife sitting in with us. Hey, Bonnie, thanks for joining us.
Oh, well, hello. Thanks.
And also, you can't see her attached to her boobie is our 2-month-old daughter, Calliope.
Hot.
So if you hear like a big old rumble butt fart and then like a squirt, like somebody had a half full thing of mustard and just kind of, then that was Bonnie freaking out and crapping her pants. That was the sound.
Usually it's something so hilarious that you said, Brian.
Yeah.
You're so funny. You're so funny. I love sitting in on your show.
So
that's good. I'll tell you what, I hope some of that snark is right now breastfeeding into the body of Kelly Schmidt. That's good. That's good snark.
So when that was one of my favorite things, even as we were beginning BB Live Show and NSFW, was being like a rock skipping across the United States, gave a chance to essentially turn your day job into like an outreach to do fan meetups with everyone, because it's like, each town, maybe you get like 2 or 3 or 4 fans, but like it's getting bigger, man. It's so bizarre to me. Like stuff's really happening. Like I tweeted out when I was in San Diego, like, hey man, I'm going to go to this sushi joint across the way to meet my brother. Whoever wants to join can. And I'm picturing maybe 2, 3, 4 people. We had like 12 people at that meetup, including Curly and some other friends of the show.
Like if you give any kind of notice, You know, like you're
Not me.
like,
I don't. I on purpose do everything last minute because I don't want to have to manage a lot of people. I figure only
no,
the
but,
ones.
I mean, like, no, but I mean notice I was like looking at your sushi example as an example of notice because I'm leaving now. Like, if you're there, if you are there in the next 30 minutes, I'll be there. If not, I'm sorry. You were like at noon, hey, 6 p.m. I'm going to be going to sushi, and that was like gave people time to plan.
Like,
and,
well, I can drive to San Diego by 6 p.m. That's amazing. Yeah. And then there they were. PD Rave in the chat room.
Or like when I was in Charlotte, I just tweeted out my hotel room, and had people show up. Although on accident, I tweeted out the wrong hotel number.
Oh no! Like
so like there was a guy who came out, but then he was like, "Oh, by the way, the number that you said you were in doesn't exist." Very clever. And I'm like, "Well, I'm actually stupid. I'm too stupid by half."
Hey, so somebody pointed out that whole Harlem Shake craze was the first ever internet meme to be born and to die between episodes of NSFW.
Whoa.
Well, you want to know what? Here, and this is actually something that I want to talk about.
Because they did a Harlem Shake thing at NACA, and normally, I mean, you know me, I'd love to participate in anything internet, you know, horse apples, but just didn't, you know, I was like, yeah, not this.
You're like, oh, why don't we all listen to Gangnam Style?
Which is what, and by the way, Zach Holder, we'll talk all about it, but, you know, I went to NACA again and hooked up with all the Epic Circle of Magicians, and Zach Holder came up from Arkansas with a fresh batch of mashups, including he mashed up Gangnam Style and Harlem Shake beautifully.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. It's an abomination, right? As many of us are.
Well, let me ask you this, because a lot of times, and I'm guilty of it. I think you would say you were guilty of it too.
The sin of Onan.
What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just guessing what I was guilty of. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
I don't
Child labor. Let's talk about it.
Trying to manipulate your daughter to amuse people on the internet.
Absolutely. Punching old women. I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it.
Hey,
let's hash it out here on Important Issues with Bri-Bri and the Jerbs.
Yes, exactly. Hey, by the way, if you ever, and I don't know why this popped into my head, but if you ever want to do something awesomely random, when next time you're putting on black gloves, put them in and then just hold your hands up and slowly turn and walk towards somebody like this, and then and make it look like you're about to choke them. That's always fun. It's just a pro tip. Go ahead, Bo. All right, go ahead. What were you talking about? What am I guilty of?
You look on your Twitter, you see people freaking out about it, and you say the phrase, "People on Twitter are going crazy over blank."
Yes, and then it's either one of our products and or services. That's about the only time I say that.
Okay. But that is like the worst phrase ever, because your Twitter is not going crazy.
Like
your Twitter is going crazy.
Yeah.
Like the 200 people you are following and the 50 people that are actually active happen to like the same thing. I don't know. Probably because they saw it on Twitter.
Wait,
and they all follow around the same people, and they were passing it amongst each other. You are seeing the very natural progression of an internet idea going from one person to the other, and we look at it like it's Beatlemania.
It's kind of like crabs at a festival or something.
Or in what? I'm sorry, guys.
I don't know.
All I heard was it's like crabs.
Whoa.
You know,
did you just say it's like crabs at a festival? No, real quick. Are you talking about like pubic lice?
No.
When a festival's going on,
no.
they get excited and they jump around. I'm curious where this metaphor is going.
Right. I believe she's talking about when you are at a festival, and then sometimes for crowd control, the police will dump an entire helicopter full of crabs, live Dungeness crabs, on the audience so as to disperse them.
Yeah.
Also, hot butter.
It's Operation Hot Buttered Crabs.
I was just being unnecessarily vulgar.
That's,
I'm sorry.
that's why we
Do I
love
need
you,
to
sweetheart.
apologize?
No, don't. You never apologize. That's
Okay.
that's what the S in NSFW stands for. Is never
Crap.
apologize.
Never apologize. Okay.
In fact, I'm gonna get that trade. That's trademark, by the way. NSFW. That's a Brian and Justin co-production. Never apologize.
I was like trying to like not say it, and then you just made me say it anyway. So like,
great.
oh, it's out there now.
It's great.
So people are suggesting, Brian, this Harlem Shake craze isn't dead. We need to record our own version, the pubic lice Harlem Shake. And it's just a shot of genitalia.
Which, by the way, is my favorite bar drink. I order a shot of genitalia all the time.
Oh my God. You ever just had, I mean, that's the problem. You wake up the next day and it's like, listen, the beers and the wine were fine, but the shots of genitalia is what gets you every time.
It's served at a hole in the wall.
What's great is that you're like, I like a double vagina, neat, and with the side of Brazilian. Look,
That sounds like the kind of drink you can only get at a carnival.
or a festival with crabs.
I think I know what she's talking about. It's when you go to a festival and the crab on stage just keeps talking and talking and talking. You're like, get to the bands.
It's like we didn't come here to watch a crab to lecture us. We
crab's up there
We
saying-
wanted to see the string cheese incident. Why are they not on stage?
And meanwhile, the crab keeps going on with its clicks.
There was a point to all this. How the hell did we end up here?
Ryan, I think what's important is that South by So Wasted 2 is coming up in Austin, Texas at the
Yeah.
Eastern, March 9th. But here's the problem. We need to get the word out on
I'll tell you what the problem is that this is up for grabs. Did you see what freaking PD Rave champion last
Very
year?
famous lay.
He won last year, and he took this very fine. I'm not gonna say rinky-dink. It looks rinky-dink now compared to what it's become. He took a very fine medal from the Go game and transformed it into the most epic champion belt I've ever seen.
Wow,
South by
look at
So
that.
Wasted Go game champion, and he put his name on it. PD Rave. It's up for grabs, man. Somebody could steal it.
Absolutely. The Go game will happen earlier in the day if you are a super fan of NSFW. I don't think this is going to be like last time where it's just going to be super open enrollment that anybody like day of can do it. It's going to be, we're lining up teams.
Yes.
What we
Okay,
want
now
to do is,
we haven't told the other teams. Because the theme of this Go game is like you got to shoot movie scenes, right? You have to go into crazy situations and just use your iPhone to shoot scenes.
well, no, it's actually funny because we're doing a version of it now for Apple here in San Jose.
Uh-huh.
A version of that game. But it's shot on, you use an iPad, and basically what you're going to do is get various scenes from a movie and have to work in props, but you have to basically recreate it shot for shot with your team. And then there are hilarious changes and challenges that come in
And
halfway through
stuff
it.
like if you don't have a certain object, you substitute it with a hilarious other object, or
Well, no. You're like given props.
Right.
So it's like you have a
But-
chicken head and you have to work it in to. And by
Oh,
chicken head,
funny.
I mean the derogatory term for women using rap music. So,
What?
That's not a real thing, is it?
chicken heads?
Chicken heads? Is that real?
What?
Rushwood, you're getting your ghetto card revoked.
Oh, that's such a problem because I was getting so close with our boys at Turquoise Jeep who came out to NACA.
Nope. Revoked.
Not
I'm
anymore.
writing
You're like,
a letter to
you are-
to the Ghetto Card Commission.
You are
Dear
no
Sarah
longer
Madam,
friends,
the woman
sir.
may concern.
But still, like a lot of the humor has to be like bizarre substitutions.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, and also coming up with creative ways that you can work in these hilariously out of place props into the video itself. We'll explain all of it, but hopefully, what we're hoping is that we can have 3 teams, and this would bring along, it would unite us, me and you.
Finally, because we've been so divided, we're always at odds with one another. That's
Well, let me just say that after the Go game last year,
you know what?
somebody
Actually,
got a little salty about how aggressive I was on the winners podium. and it made me very sad. And I left my first place medal in his house because I didn't want to make it a thing.
No, I was very butthurt, and I apologize for that. That's just a thing. I'm weak and sad.
Too much together time.
But we'll be on the same team. Now, we haven't. Now, understand, we have not actually invited any of the other competitors, but in our minds, there are 3 teams to compete in this.
I've offered a soft invitation to one of the teams.
Does that mean like you played smooth jazz while you offered it? And then maybe you rubbed a little Vaseline on the webcam?
I did. I said like, and then I used like a lower voice than I normally do. I said, "Hey now, person who has a podcast that I'm not going to reveal in case they don't want to come down to Austin."
And then you also made sure like to position a lamp to conceal just enough of your body to make it like not hardcore asking him, but like soft asking.
It was actually I was inside profile the entire time.
You were inside, yes. But you couldn't tell you were inside. It was just implied. Got it.
Yeah. But there was a lot of slapping.
Yeah, you just did that the whole time?
Yes.
You call up this person, and he answers Skype, as we all do.
He or she.
Yeah, yes, okay, he or she answers Skype.
But let's be honest, it's a podcast. There are no women who host them.
And just hears.
No. It wasn't. Brian, come on. Don't be an idiot.
What?
It doesn't go that fast initially.
Sorry.
You know what I just realized? That there's a very, very thin line between softcore slaps and I do believe in fairies. Which would be its very own different softcore film.
I believe in fairies. Dude, I think we should start like a turquoise Jeep thing with like fap slap. fap slap.
All right, here, real quick about South by Wasted too. So we do need just a splash page, just a one-page website with the URL that goes to it, with all the information on it. And since we've had such a great success with having everybody in chat room come up with posters for all of our other big events that we've done, we want to put the official open call out for the best South by Wasted 2 poster. Here's what you need to know. March 9th at the Eastern in Austin, Texas. Concert starts at 7.
Now, we don't know what order is, though. I mean, that'll either be... I mean, I think Possum Posse should close it. I think... Should we do a full power hour? Or should we lead up to the power hour?
All right, let's
doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. We haven't decided. But the concert...
Alex Spagnola, Possum Posse, and me and Bri, obviously. But the best poster we're going to put there on the website... And everybody, including Allie and Possum Posse and everybody, will all tweet it out, spread the word. It's going to be super, super awesome.
Which
Allie Spagnola in the chat room right now saying there will be 7 power hours.
7 full hours. We're calling it South by So You've Died.
Yes. Well, we're going to run this in heats. So, like, everybody will have, there'll be 7 different starting points.
Hey, you know what? I got a direct message earlier today from one of my fans in the Magic community who was asking if there was going to be any cover charge. And I get the impression this guy's going to drive down from Dallas, even north of Dallas, to come on in. I don't think we're going to do any cover charge, right?
No. As far as I know, Allie negotiated it, but I don't think that that we are.
Man,
no cover charge.
We probably can't tell about Allie's amazing negotiation talents.
What's the bar, anyways? Where's it at?
I don't know, but I'm interested in 10% of it.
No, okay. You know what? We'll just say it. Allie Spags has got the skills to pay the bills. Like she is super smart, but then works so hard to hide it while doing her power hour. And then originally, like finding a venue during South by Southwest is like it's just undone. There's no way. Everyone's like, as you said, you can't compete with imaginary money because everyone's convinced that Intel's about to come in and drop 20 grand in order to buy the place out.
That some websites can be like, oh, we're called Airline Maker, and it has no E's or R's and is only vowels. But at Airline Maker, what we do is give you an airline that you earn points on with your badges, and eventually you can socially engineer your flights from here to Kazakhstan. But then they're like, all right, it'll be $5 million. Here you go. We just got a round of funding for $5 million. And then they show up to South by Southwest and they're like, we're broke.
It's like, here's our business plan, and it just says party at South by Southwest is all it says. So normally, like, there's no way to get it. And the only reason we got Peckerheads last year was because it was last minute. They didn't have anything going on, and we're like, we would like to have a concert and bring people to your bar. They're like, yes, thank you, that'd be great. But
and the specific point was tomorrow, and they were like, okay, come on by.
So, in this case, like, Allie found the venue, and they're like, that will be $8,000. And then Allie, like, does her wizard powers, and then it's just like, it's free. Please also enjoy 10% of the bar. So I think we're going to break it down. Like, you and me are going to split a third of whatever our stupid
we
take
take
is.
a share, Posse takes a share, and Allie takes a share.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a fun time. So we'll get a little bit paid off it. Who knows what that actually means. But it just means there's all the more incentive for us to blow it the hell out. It is like, I have never been this excited for a South by Southwest. Like, even when, you were performing at Dig Nation, as big as Dig Nation live got there.
You know who's Dig Nation now? Welcome to Dig. Boy, do we dig NSFW. That's the new name. Only there's 3 G's in it. Hashtag, boy, do we dig in NSFW show.
Sponsored by Airline Maker.
Speaking of which, we're like 30 minutes in. We got to take a moment and talk about the 5 folks who make this show possible. Let me actually dig up. Normally, Justin, you're the one who actually goes online and has all this stuff all set up. Hang on. But normally I don't have to worry about finding it because I know that you're on it. I got to go to Google and type down rundown and see if I can figure out who our sponsor is. God, it was so much.
Squarespace.
It was so much easier. Oh, is it Squarespace? Oh yeah, no. We have 2 sponsors, double complete sponsors. Well, first of all, Squarespace, if you don't know, and by the way, I don't like being the guy to do the ads, but somebody's irresponsible and keeps on making trouble. I'm not going to elaborate on it, but what I will elaborate on is the fantastic service that you get from Squarespace. Squarespace is the #1 place for a high-quality blog portfolio, any kind of websites. It's so easy that a website could do it. I meant an 8-year-old. This may be the first time in my life that I confused the words 8-year-old for webs. God, I'm terrible at this. I can't even get it. I need help.
Woo!
What?
Hey,
oh my God!
It's the
Ad Dragon!
Right. You just need to calm down, honey. You can just settle on out. We'll work through this. You go ahead, try again.
Okay, I'm sorry. Ad Dragon is just so hard. I try to stay on message, but it's hard for me to remember anything. Let me just speak from the heart.
Listen here, honey child. You're just getting in your own way. Do me a favor. Let's go ahead. Step on back to square one. Let's start it on over.
All right.
Hold on, honey. Ad Dragon's hitting the rewind button.
Okay, all right. Here we go. I'm gonna
Play.
Okay. Are you looking for a high-quality blog, portfolio, or any other kind of website?
Am I?
Do you want awesome templates that are going to look like you spent $1 billion on your website? Do you want distributed hosting? Do you want distributed hosting that's going to make sure that your website does not go down when all of a sudden it gets attacked by massive amounts of traffic? Guess what, my friends? You need to head on.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling-dong-doo. Do I?
You, my friends, need to head on over to squarespace.com. That's right, our friends over at Squarespace. You can sign up for a free 2-week trial. You don't even need a credit card or nothing. And all you have to do is when you do sign up, and you will because it's amazing and an incredible service, make sure to use promo code NSFW2. Ad Dragon, what are they going to get when they do that?
Well, hey, Brian, let me just tell you what. You did such a great job. I can't even tell you how proud I am of you. Like a first place fat pig at the county fair.
Woo!
I just want to put a bow on you and parade you around the neighborhood.
Wonderful.
Let me tell these 5 folks what they gonna get. Check out the new Commerce Solutions. You can start selling your stuff immediately. For a free trial and 10% off your first purchase on new accounts, go to squarespace.com and use offer code NSFW2. Don't forget about the free domain registration, y'all. You can just go ahead on over and get one of them if you buy an annual customer plan, okay? You get a subscription after you get your free trial, and you're going to have one humdinger of a time.
Wonderful. We thank our friends over at Squarespace.
Hang up, Brian. Hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's
Let's
more?
Go ahead and pump the brakes twice. It's NSFW2 at checkout. So you're just going to go ahead on over to Squarespace, use offer code NSFW2, and you're well on your way to all your Squarespace dreams.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Gosh. Dragon, I don't know what we would have done without you. It's been a
I'll
disaster.
see you later in the show, Brian. You did a great job. Have you lost weight?
No, I've gotten fatter and gayer. Thank you for
No,
reminding
you
me.
have not. Shut your mouth. Hi, Bonnie. I'll see y'all later.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
I don't know what we would have done.
You should have seen Calliope woke up at Hoobajoob.
She's here at Hooba Jooba, and she's like, "You're not taking my temperature, are you?" We thank our friends over at Squarespace. If you want to drop them a sensible note saying, we here at NSFW really, really appreciate your sponsorship, and we think Squarespace is great.
I think he's gay.
God, Justin, you're so bitter. Look, man, we talked about this. Ad Dragon steps in and helps out. I'm sorry you can't do the ads anymore, man.
I just don't, I mean, imagine if you were doing the show, then all of a sudden you couldn't do the show anymore. I'm just saying it's annoying.
Well, I'm
Let's
sorry.
just move on. I don't want to talk about it.
Look, all right, fine. You just start screaming at me. Nonsense.
Brian?
Yes, sir.
Eh?
Okay. I'm glad I shut up so I could get that right in the face. Hey, man, so we were talking before the show. Freaking Turquoise Jeep is going to be huge. They're going to be the next. I mean, of course, they are huge, but they.
KTJR, baby. Keep me the Jeep riding.
Is that what that is? KTG? I don't even have it. I'm telling you, man. Like in the next, I give them 2 to 3 years before they are at least as big and well known as Tenacious D. You think less?
Well, I mean, it really just depends because I don't think that like the Tenacious D, the way Tenacious D got big is not going to be the way that Turquoise Jeep gets big.
Yes.
Right. Well, but and if by that you mean that they're hold on, we already have our first proposal for the South by Southwest poster. Just throwing it out there. Maybe we can have South by So Wasted, Ad Dragon versus Justin H something.
All right. Listen, I understand Ad Dragons. Come on, he's got some fans for whatever reason. I don't understand it. I think he's basically a Sambo character for gay dragons.
Okay, look, let's not. Okay, see, this is you're gonna pollute the Ad Dragon's stellar reads just by associations. All right, I'll tell you what. This is from me. Please don't use Ad Dragon's. Don't take Ad Dragon's name in vain. Don't you sully his name by speaking it. How about that?
Now you're taking his position. Now how many years have we done this, Brian? You're taking the Ad Dragon side.
No, I'm not taking his side. I'm just saying that there's constraints, and Ad Dragon's here to help, and you can't help. So let's just do the best we can. But seriously, could you take him in a fight? Because I don't think you could. I think Ad Dragon would walk all over you.
1 week. 1 week, and we're already here. You're already picking the Ad Dragon over me. We don't even know who the Ad Dragon is. Okay, here's my point. If you listen, if he has the nuts to do it at South by So Wasted 2 on stage, I will do an ad read off with the Ad Dragon, and we'll see who takes top dollar.
Are you calling this? Is this on? Are we gonna have a face-off between you and the Ad Dragon live on stage at South by So Wasted?
At South by So Wasted 2, Ad Dragon, I'm calling you out. If you have the nuts later in this show when he does the ad read, you ask him, because I'm not allowed to be on.
Yeah, no, I know.
Ask him, and we'll see what he says.
All right, fine. Well, then that's just one more reason to go to South by So Wasted. But okay, so Turquoise Jeep is not. They're not going to have a traditional distribution deal, but they're born of the internet, which means they can flip. I mean, look at Gangnam Style. Gangnam Style went so viral that virtually overnight, stuff like the NSFW show started playing it, and all of a sudden it's the biggest thing ever. In 30 days, we're just you're parents are singing it and it's crossing over like 1 billion freaking views. That's how Turquoise Jeep is going to do it, is you hit a critical mass. They're going to drop a new video and it's just suddenly going to be the one where everybody knows it.
Well, I mean, the question is, now that they have the kind of buildup, what happens when they release something that's as big as Let Me Smang It? Like, what is, if they had released Let Me Smang It now, which obviously is kind of a fake thing because they needed that to get to the point that they are.
Right.
But let's say they release something of that quality right now. How big would that video be? Which would be massive. I mean, it might be unavoidable for mainstream radio, as weird as they operate. So I think that they're absolutely huge. And now, I mean, like they play. You know, I was watching when I was watching Girls, the first season of Girls.
Yeah.
Let Me Smang It's on there.
No way.
Yeah. The Roots played somebody on stage on Jimmy Fallon's show the other night with Let Me Smang It. So like. They're huge. They're gigantic.
Yeah.
I mean, Treat Me Like a Pirate as you know, is already a gigantic hit.
It's that consistency. You know what? Here's what makes somebody super successful is when they do something really clever and funny and popular, and then they do a follow-up of that thing. Like what they don't do is release just one comedy album and then for over 2 years talk about how they're going to get around to releasing another comedy album. See, this is the difference between us and Turquoise Jeep.
Absolutely. Although, I was thinking about this the other day. You are going to be out in my neck of the woods before I come down to Austin, right? Aren't you coming up for Brett's? Are you coming?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Which I did not. Can I? Okay. I hope Brett doesn't listen to our show. The good news is he probably doesn't. But, you know, he sent out the best wedding invitation ever, right? It's a little miniature board game. Says the wedding game with Katie and Brett. And it's got like an RSVP in there and so on. And as you know, like I'm super stressed. I'm trying very hard to figure out a way to where I can live in this spaceship and do nothing but make awesome content and completely virtualize my existence. So I can do more shows and put out stuff there. But the problem
What he's saying is every college that booked him at NACA, he resents you.
No!
And you're keeping him from his dream. Cancel the shows immediately. You'd be doing the best thing for him and his career if you canceled those dates.
You know what's funny is this is how serious I am about trying to launch a way to stay just on the internet and virtualize everything. That
Like,
I don't even care.
Baby, no. We don't protest too much.
So, well, no, look, live shows will always be part of it, but it's like, you know, doing the college shows has always been a treadmill. Like I've got to leave for 2 or 3 days at a time and be away from the family. And you can't get anything done the entire time that you're on the road. And you know how that goes. But, so like right now, everything is stretched super, super thin because we got 2 employees. We kept John on, we kept Brant on,
which between them, they're the weight of one actual boy.
Yes, but also they cost 2 actual boys in order to do it. So like right now, you know, we've taken on a bunch of debt, and I'm trying. So that's why we just. By the way, quick plug: scamstuff.com. We just did a 40-minute tutorial on false cuts and shuffles for only $2. So I'm trying to get this thing ramped up.
Scamstuff.com. All right, I'm gonna check swing. I'm going to tell you what I was going to say on the phone afterward, and you can thank me for not saying it.
Thank you. This is me. My touching my nose is my symbol of I love you, Justin Robert Young.
But I'm going to telepathically tell it to our audience.
So, but the point is I get this thing, and Bonnie's just like, I don't see how we can go. We got a newborn, and it's so expensive, 2 round trip tickets and so on. I was like, yeah. She's like, well, you can go without me. I was like, yeah, I don't know that I can afford it. There's too much that needs to be done. We got to get this thing off the ground, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, you have my permission. I was like, okay. She's like, you should RSVP, yes or no. I was like, I can't make that decision right now. And then 5 days later, you know, because I'm still trying to figure out if I have the cash or the miles or the time to go to Brett's wedding, I get a text from Brett that says, dude, got your RSVP. You're coming. That's great.
I didn't say you were. I said yes or no, maybe.
Did you?
I put like a maybe on there.
Well, regardless, I'm going now.
No. I'll tell you what you said because this is the conversation I had with Brett.
Oh, okay.
He says,
I thought I put a maybe on there.
I got Brian's invitation. Looks like he's coming to the wedding. And I'm like, what? Like, I talked to him on the show.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't because of Bonnie's like, no. He said yes and no. So I assumed it was Bonnie can't go because of the kid. Brian go.
No, I put yes and no because it's like, well, maybe a yes, maybe a no. You want to hear the really thing though?
Whoa! What? Oh yeah! What? It's not us! Woo! Yes! Woo! Somebody just won the belt.
I cannot believe I just did that. Oh my gosh. Oh, and it just came so naturally too.
Oh my god!
Now that's,
See,
now
that's how I
here's
know we're having a good show. Is that you forgot
Man,
we're doing a
Bonnie,
show?
you need a belt for those mom jeans.
I don't call them mom.
He meant GENES.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. That's all right.
All right. So what is the crummy thing? As you
The
clearly
crummy
said.
thing, the real bummer is that you guys planned on Penny's birthday South by Southwest.
That's what we're celebrating. Come celebrate my daughter's birthday.
Without her.
Maybe she can appear on stage.
Oh no.
Maybe she could do her magic trick that she's gonna do at the family reunion.
Wow, I don't know. But then so no sleepovers happening, obviously, right?
Well, not
so,
on
like,
that
I'm having
day.
to-
We could do it a day after.
Yeah. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna do this the week before because then we'll have the whole run of the house and everything. And then I'm like, week before is Brett's wedding.
Brett's wedding.
Oh no! So I'm gonna miss.
So then you're not even gonna be around to help, and I'm just like, I'm just doing all this parenting.
Probably should have thought of that before you checked yes and no.
It was a maybe.
That's why Brian has 2 employees.
You know what?
I am not going to have 2 creepers doing toenail paint jobs.
Did you just call John Tilton? Did you just call Creeper John?
Okay,
Nin John
I am
Tilton?
sorry. Any 20-year-old who is painting a little 8-year-old's toenails would be a creeper.
Why would
That
it be any less creepy for a 38-year-old dad
No,
to be
you
doing
would
it?
at least be holding the baby, and at least you would be like on baby duty.
Is this what is this a requirement for like sleepovers that you got to paint toes? What is this?
Apparently, it is for this one. There's like
Did Penny decide this as part
it's
of
a spa theme, so it's like toenails are happening.
Mud?
And,
It's
like,
Spa themes? She chose spa themes?
yeah, I guess. It's
She,
gonna be
she, my daughter is already, she's a middle-aged woman trapped in an 8-year-old's body.
Aw, don't say
I know.
that.
She's like. I would imagine her and her friends reenacting Absolutely Fabulous.
Oh my gosh. So, anyways, I'm just on my own.
No, well, we'll work something out.
Yeah.
So wait. So hold on. Let me suss out
Okay.
exactly what's happening here.
This
there's a
is
lot
our
of-
new
there's a lot
show,
of
jury
marital,
therapy.
Bonnie, did you know until right now that Brian had committed to going to the wedding?
No, like I thought it was still a maybe.
I thought you're the one.
I'm so glad Bonnie was on the show tonight.
You and me both.
And so now I'm just like, oh, I'm doing this all on my own. But you know what? I haven't gotten any RSVPs. There might be like 0 girls coming over.
It's one girl.
And there's one girl, and I can paint one girl's toenails while I'm feeding Callie. So there you go.
Man, that is a weird position to be rooting for a sparsely attended child's birthday.
Come on, no friends. Let's go.
It's horrible.
Plenty of time for friends next year, honey. Plenty of time for friends.
You know, it's like you plant the seeds, sweetheart. You know, you almost don't think of this as 17 no's. Think of these as 17 almost yeses. Next year we'll do better.
But then
Well,
we have
let me ask you this though.
yeah.
Is there no room? Because I mean, if I, in the time I've spent with your lovely family,
Yes.
if there is somebody who I think would get the biggest kick out of being on stage, if even just for a moment during South by So Wasted 2, it is Penelope Brushwood.
Oh yeah, she could totally She could do like I don't even know if they allow her in the bar or anything. I don't even know how that works.
She's entertainment.
Yeah, no, I'll make a fake ID. Don't worry about it.
I'm sorry. Did I just do that? I am so sorry. That was on the mic. That's like a different kind of belt.
Amazing. You know what? Maybe we could do a three-way face-off between the ad dragon, Justin H. something, and Penelope Brushwood.
Or young, Brian.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
Well,
she are young. She's
been
only
writing-
8. She's
She's
young.
been writing jokes. She's been like reading up on these jokes things. And did you get the one today that she did?
No, what did she do?
She says aliens come and talk to the monkeys.
Sounds like a
and
saucy
ask,
joke.
Yeah, no.
I was about to say, she's already making jokes about alien cum.
That's
about-
way inappropriate.
No,
way
the aliens
inappropriate.
coming. They're coming.
Yeah. Anyway, so she did it better. You know, it's like I can't even retell an 8-year-old's joke. Anyway, she said so. Aliens land and talk to the monkeys and say, "Take me to your lemur."
Wait, she wrote that?
She wrote that.
No way.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Nice.
I thought that was pretty cute.
Little animal husbandry humor from old Penelope Brushwood.
She's big. She's big at the the pig farming community. They like that because it's like, oh, that is fun. All right.
Anyway, so you'll get more entertainment like that at South by Southwest.
More awkward stories.
So, all right, what have we told her? She gets a 5-minute stand-up set.
Oh. You know what? Here's what I'll do: is I'll teach her one.
Oh yes.
comedy
no,
magic routine.
wait. I am so all over this. Okay, give her 5 minutes. Let her fail epically.
No, what-
and command everybody in the audience to be
like-
quiet, except for the one guy who's really drunk who didn't get the message, and he's like,
Why would you?
I don't want my daughter to be a comic. I think that would be the horriblest thing in the whole world. Let's just get this over with, like in time.
It's like, so for you, this is like chickenpox.
Yeah.
Better we give her the disease of failure now, so that it doesn't go into full-blown
Inoculate her.
shingles later
Yes,
on. Yes.
yes,
Okay. all right.
exactly.
You can't stop it. Right, Bud? You can't stop the signal. She's looking for those laughs. She's going to get them.
Yeah, then we'll do it in the chat room. They're like, on her birthday, Bonnie? Really? Happy birthday, kiddo. You're a failure.
That's so
Exactly. And imagine her finding this. Like what a horrifying document to find out. It's like, oh, remember that horrifying scarring moment that happened on my birthday that later colored, that killed my drive to be funny for people, and I now became a super serious shrew. It was planned out all along by my mom and dad.
Oh,
my God.
No, you don't put it like that.
You don't put it that way. Come on. I mean,
If she can wait till she's in her 20s and find out like me.
dude, in the chat room, they're pointing out that, like, because this is on the internet, it'll live forever. And, like, 20 years from now, she could go back and see this moment. Think about this. Like, there's enough real slice of life that happens on NSFW and the show and the conversations where it's like, imagine if you could go back 20 years ago and experience a conversation. I guess you can if you have, like, a bunch of Betamax tapes sitting around.
No.
That just seems boring and dumb and old, like us.
And fake.
And gay.
No, that's just the tedium. You'd have to listen to two old men talking about stuff.
You know what's
A lot of the
not
time.
fake or gay?
What?
What's that?
The folks who make NSFW possible.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about our sponsors.
All right. Hold on, everybody. Old exit stage left jury's here. Let me shuffle on off.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Get outta here.
You know you're not allowed.
I really like this ad dragon person.
Okay,
She's
well,
so
dude,
nice.
dude,
He.
he could. Justin could still hear you, and it's a he, I believe. This is our first time ever with this sponsor. Do you know who they are? I'm going to see if the chat room could guess. Jeff N has it, talking about our new best friends at Man Packs. You know what I like most about Man Packs is if you go to manpacks.com/twit, you could get $10 off your first order of $30 or more. That's like 30% off, 33% off. Or you could buy a $50 gift card for only $40. Bonnie, do you know what a Man Pack is? How would you like it if you could get Man Packs just shoved right at you like once a month?
I think you need to stay on topic. Where's our ad dragon?
I'm just saying like once a month. Ding dong, what's up? man packing time.
Oh my.
Hey there, hold on there, Huckleberry Finn.
Whoa.
You can't just go riding up the dirty Mississippi with N-word Jim. You gotta haul that one back there, honey child, and give this company the read it deserves. Clean your mouth out.
I thought I was like making it interesting, make it kind of saucy.
Whoa. Okay, now, I know that it's very, 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 very enticing to dirty your mouth up with all sorts of silly profanity. But you are better than that, Brian Brushwood. No. You are a leader and an example to not only all the children of the internet, but the 3 you have under your roof.
But they have products that are called like fresh balls. It's literally so.
Break that one down. Go ahead and break that down. What's fresh? Define fresh.
Well, fresh is I'm not saying like it's dope.
Give me the definition. Don't make me call Muriel and Webster.
Fresh means it like smells nice and it's clean.
Okay, and now define a ball. And I certainly suggest you keep your P's and Q's on speed dial.
Okay, I'm just saying when it's in this case, when they say balls, they're meaning colloquially a product for washing your genitals and having them be very fresh.
Now, that is something you could present to a science class and get a blue ribbon.
See? That's okay. See, so they're a little saucy. I mean, the whole idea with man packs is that dudes are real busy. They don't like going and buying underwear for themselves and socks and shaving materials. So they can take care of all this at man packs. You subscribe, they send it to you automatically. You can adjust your subscription on the fly. They got all kinds of different products. They got originals. If you're a fan of if you got the replaceable razor type of razors, you can get razors shipped to you. Or if you want the disposable type, they got the Gillette and Schick and all those brands on there. I'll tell you what, I was looking at it just earlier, and I'm like, you know what it is? Man Pack is like a mom who actually understands you because she takes care of the business and the crap you don't want to do, but she knows what you like.
Well, now, I'll tell you what, honey child. You can go ahead and get your Man Packs if you go to manpacks.com/twit. Now, call me a half-F fox in a forest fire, because this deal is hot, y'all. We get an exclusive offer for Twit listeners. 10 off your first order for $30 or more, or buy a $50 gift card for $40. Go to manpacks.com/twit and get started today. We thank Manpacks for your support of the NSFW show. Hoo-wee! I got my knickers in a twist, and they're fresh thanks to Manpacks. In my brief time with the NSFW show, I have been consistently impressed by your skills. I think that you are a very talented young man.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, Ad Dragon. I didn't expect that. It's like you're here to offer us guidance and keep us on message for our fine sponsors who keep the show afloat. But you don't have an agenda. It's just weird that you're suddenly complimenting me.
Well, now, Brian, I have always complimented you because I do believe you are the heart and soul of this show. But I do have a little something I would like to say to your co-host.
Okay, well, you know what? You know, look, we're still in the middle of the ad read. You know that we can't have Justin on. There was trouble with that before. If you want, relay it to me, and I'll pass it on to him.
I will just let him know that if he wants to run his mouth like he's some sort of big mouth bass off the side of a fishing trawler, that he can get his game checked and rechecked at Sci-Fi So Wasted. I'm booking my ticket right now, honey child.
See,
I'm coming on down to Austin.
See, I'll tell you what, man. I thought you were better than this kind of petty thing, but now that I'm hearing this, I just get the impression that any minute now, your Twitter account that I'm sure was generated instantly the moment you showed up is going to start smack talking at Justin Robert Young, and I feel like the two of you are just going to go back. Chat room? How many of you guys follow the Ad Dragon? Because I don't know what their Twitters is.
Well, now, listen. I have not made my foray onto the Twitter just yet. I'm sure it is forthcoming immediately. However, I'll just say that sometimes, Brian, no matter how much you can keep your professionalism and manners, there are certain things that cannot be abided in a civilized society.
Oh, so you're just saying it's time to bring it down. You are here to take out the garbage. You're here to do two things: read ads effectively to provide good benefit value to our sponsors, and kick ass. And you're all out of good ads to read.
Ooh, Ad Dragon.
Yeah, look.
See you next week, Bri.
All right, take care, Ad
Bye,
Dragon.
Bonnie.
Oh, dude, yeah, Bonnie ran off to go do a feeding right now, so I guess it's just me. Hopefully, let me see. I don't know if Justin ran off to go take a bathroom break or what. Hey, buddy, you there, Justin? What? Dude, don't drink. Don't. You can't drink this away. You can't drink your Ad Dragon away. Every so often,
Woo!
somebody comes along and fills in for someone else, and it's not the end of the world. Just take it easy, man.
All right, listen. Everything that had to be said was said. Austin, Texas, March 9th. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see who the best ad reader in this NSFW community is. And if I see anybody who thinks that the Ad Dragon is better at reading goddamn ads than me, then I am telling you what, Brian Brushwood, March 9th, Austin, Texas, the Eastern. You think you can come on to my podcast, Ad Dragon, that you can tear what I've built down? Woo!
I'll tell you
to
what.
Beat the man, Ad Dragon, you gotta beat the man.
I'll tell you what, man. You know who would agree with you? I think, I didn't realize this at the time, but we just did an ad read for Manpacks. If you go to manpacks.com/twit, you know what it says at the top? It says, more time to slay dragons. So maybe they're not a fan of Ad Dragons reads either.
Just saying. We're going to see. We're going to see. Time
Pierce,
will tell.
1776
March 9th,
will
the
commence
Eastern,
again.
Austin, Texas.
Amazing. Hey man, so what else has been going on? You've been traveling, doing stuff. I went to oh, you know what? I've been at NACA and I don't know if you know this, but like every year at this college convention where I book a bunch of my shows, there's a lot of magicians there, and people always think there's some kind of big rivalry, but instead, being magicians who are interested in pulling a longer con, we all get together. And in this case, Dan Martin, who we've talked about before on the show, he does the most amazing things. Like he'll call a hotel as he's headed over to it, pretending to be his own agent. He's like, you know, say, hello, I represent Dan Martin. He's been on all these shows. He'll say all these shows that he hasn't been on. He's like, you've heard of him? Like as if it's obvious. And they're like, oh, you know, I think I've heard of HBO, which you just said. And then they're like, well, look, here's the thing is we're in a bidding war. It's you and the Marriott. Marriott is giving us blank. What can you do to match it? And then they go and to match it. And he did it in this case, got us the presidential suite at the Sheraton. And it's like, and you know the magic world. It's like
yes.
During this time, it's like, you know, we connected with
very friendly.
Oh no, we're all one big happy. Everybody's on the same page when it comes to the magic world.
We're just one big happy inclusive treehouse.
So speaking of which, oh my God, I'm so glad. I just thought to mention Dan Martin. Dan Martin, as you know, a friend of the show and master negotiator who got us in the presidential suite. He is up for for Entertainer of the Year on Campus Activities Magazine. So if you go to vote for,
now, he's won this a couple times before,
no,
right? He's never come close.
No, no, he's been nominated several times. But in this case, like he came to me over the weekend. He's like, Brian, listen. You know, I have so many more tricks for Scam School. By the way, this is me doing my Dan Martin impression, which will make sense if any of you have met him. He's like, listen, I have a lot of ideas for Scam School. I want to fly down. I want to be on the show with you. I want to do these. They're all really great. I just need your help to get the word out on this. Voting is open to anyone at a college. So just log in, your student, just go and go to votefordanmartin.com and sign up. And I was just like, and I mean this like sincerely, Dan Martin has been a good enough friend for and good in all the right ways. You know, I'm not going to say it, but a less scrupulous person than me might suggest that there's no way really for this magazine to know whether or not, you know, I mean,
a less scrupulous person like that Mark asshole Ad Dragon. Let's say he would ad dragon. Let me see if I can do my ad dragon impression. Hold on. Ooh, I'm the ad dragon.
Okay, all right, stop. That's not fair. That's not fair to the ad dragon. That's not fair to the ad dragon. You gotta you gotta stop. But friends of the show, go to votefordanmartin.com, and we're just gonna blow the
Take it
hell
for
up.
me, the ad dragon. It's the way to go.
Okay, vote for Dan Martin and fill out Dan Martin and let everyone know how much you enjoy him and his appearances on the show and why he should be Entertainer of the Year. So what else? So we stayed at this awesome hotel suite. I ran into Justin Willman of Cupcake Wars, host of Cupcake Wars.
Who I continue to call just incredible. I'm sorry. You can't have the first 4 years of your career that I'm writing about you on iTricks be one name and then expect me to just go ahead with the other name.
No, likewise.
At the drop of a hat. And by drop of a hat, I mean 2 years.
Has it been 2 years since he started using?
Yeah, no. I mean, Cupcake War has been around for a little bit. He is fantastic. He is. I'll
tell you what, man.
Check out his stuff on the Nerdist channel. He does a live show in LA every month. That's like got some great guests. Like he does some great stuff.
Yeah, well, and people like CJ Johnson, another friend of the show, is just like beside himself. He's like, man, he's just got that spark. He's going to be so much bigger than Magic, and it's like he feels like he's going to have a talk show at some point.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know why I decided to eat salad in the middle of the show.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah, it shows that everyone's engaged in the product when all of a sudden you're like, let me grab salad with my bare hands.
Benjamin Franklin used to say that at the Constitutional Convention. Like, if you really want a friend to understand that you're paying attention to him, eat salad while he's talking. It's a good way to do that.
Well, I do believe. For some reason, I imagine
there are two things I like. There are three things I like: smoking weed, having sex with older women, and eating salad while another man talks to me.
Preferably at the same time.
What?
They call that one the Franklin. Blow me, Grandma, while I smoke these trees and fist salad into my pie hole.
Whoa. Is that a belt? I guess it's not a belt. Oh my God.
That was in Poor Richard's Almanac.
Like, hey man, I'm just quoting history. It ain't history's fault that history's written like history.
If you think that that's out of pocket, go find me the line in Poor Richard's Almanac where that isn't written. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you find the line in Poor Richard's Almanac where it denies that he ever said that. I don't see it. There's no evidence. There's no evidence that he ever denied having said that.
Exactly.
Hey, I wonder if we have any early returns on the South by So Wasted. God damn. This was my ghetto card. It's been revoked.
He had his ghetto card revoked.
I know. It was useful while I had it, but it's gone now.
No, his ghetto card got revoked because he didn't know what a chicken head was.
Sorry. What a bummer, man.
We are right now for the audio listeners looking at Brian's ghetto card.
It's such a bummer, too, because I used to get like 10% off of really useful things that I'm not going to say for fear of being branded a racist.
He used to get a 10% discount on things like a close-knit family and a cultural epicenter.
Larger than
witty one-liners.
Amazing. Man, what else is there to talk about?
That provides character in the end.
Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about this episode?
Wow, there is horrifying stuff being written in the chat room.
This is
by Ben Franklin, by the way.
Here, this is when I cut over to just you and me. This is when we pan away from the chat room. What was it? Ace Detect, Tom Merritt said, you get the chat room you deserve. Which at times makes us very delighted, but there are times that we're reminded that we don't own them, and that they are in charge of us.
Hey, let me bring something up. So real quick, 2 Diamond Club book things. Number one, go ahead and subscribe to my Saturday podcast. I do a one mic podcast called Jury
Talks
that you can find on iTunes. This Saturday, I'm going to give everybody the details of me trying to give away my $3,000 of the Diamond Club money. I'm contacting the schools. Whether or not they take my money or don't take my money, all will be revealed.
Are you going to like explain the context? Like this money comes from a lot of housewives who thought
I'm going to explain exactly where it came from, and I'm going to tell them exactly why I'm giving them the money, which is because they're the poorest schools I can find in America.
Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing.
For those I may not give away the names of the schools, although they won't be hard to find. But I am going to try my best. I'm going through a website called DonorsChoose.com, which is fantastic. Basically, the idea is that you can set up like Kickstarter style campaigns. Teachers can just say like, hey, listen, I need notebooks. Someone wants to buy me notebooks. That's cool, and they have to buy what they ask for. So Donors Choose has a very specific regimen of like how they can get the money. But what I can do is just buy a $3,000 gift card through them and give it to a school. Now Donors Choose handles exactly what they can buy with it, so it doesn't just get embezzled.
Dude, that's brilliant. That's amazing.
So I will reveal, because I'm still in the process of getting everything together. But you'll find out exactly what my adventures lead me to, and hopefully I hope to have all the details set by right before South by So Wasted. I want to do a video that explains to everybody, because I want a calling card for everybody who helped with this project and bought it and donated and everything, to be able to say to their friends, hey, look, I feel awesome about doing that because it went for a good cause.
Well, and man, like we have a roundabout way to doing good. like I mean, it's like I like, what the hell are we? Where it's like on one side, like we'll have somebody like Get Set Go come on, who's so close to their dream of getting enough, their album funded, and they'll play a song so beautiful that it makes our heart weep, and then all of a sudden we make $5,000 appear from them. It's the best thing ever. But then we turn around and we write a horrifically smutty knockoff book of 50 Shades of Grey.
Horrifyingly graphic.
Did you know that there's a chapter wherein her boyfriend, former boyfriend, is forcibly raped?
Yeah.
I didn't. Did you know that when we published?
Oh no. Sweet Lord, no.
Wow, man.
By the way, and then that was the other thing that I wanted to bring up, is that there was a couple people that text message, or not text message, like it's 1995, that SMS'd me. They tweeted, both me and you, about another podcast that is doing something similar to the Diamond Club, only in the idea that they are going to make a book that is a genre book, although I think they want to do paranormal romance, where we did 50 Shades of Grey.
Right. But the similar notes are that they wanted to crowdsource the book. They want to have it be themed in the vein of 50 Shades of Grey. They have a different direction they're going to go. And
they want to do more Twilight, like in that it's like a supernatural being and a girl that falls in love with it. But they want to do an alien. They also have a much harder task, because they are trying to do it with a plot.
Oh, no. See, this, if we may, lovely ladies of this show, whose name...
I believe it is Shay Apocalypse. Somebody in the chat room correct me if I am wrong. I believe it is Shay Apocalypse, CHEZ Apocalypse.
Right, and first of all, welcome to the club. We are thrilled to have you here. We don't pretend to have owned the idea, and none of our fans feel like we own it. We wish you the best.
No, we very specifically ripped off other people who had, specifically Mike McCready, who had done it before.
Yep. And so a couple of, you want to give them sage wisdom, a little bit of advice. For us, we found plot overrated, if what you want to do is get it to take off.
Well, I would go even further to say plot impossible. I don't think it's possible. You might as well, if you free yourself by writing off plot.
Yes. Maybe vignettes, short stories. Right?
Well, you can just not have it make sense like we did. Just be very upfront. Listen, this ain't gonna make no sense.
But it's all because of the sense distortion field, because it's science fiction.
Or just write it. I mean, you can come up with a device for it. You could have it say like, oh, it's told out of sorts, like Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, there you go. Out of order. Chat room's all asking, what's a plot?
Yeah, we have no idea.
Hey, so I do have,
yeah.
the only thing left I have for us is I have a few videos that people sent in before the show that that made me happy. We opened with that, the end of the Harlem Shake thing. There's actually, let me see if I can get this working. There's actually a thing you can do, hsmaker.com, and go to hsmaker.com, type in a URL, and it converts. Like, I thought Harlem Shake was already over, but this thing takes websites and makes them into Harlem Shake videos. So this is the HS Maker doing the BB Live Show website, which is our fan run Wikipedia. So if you look here,
Wait, whoa.
what?
In the BB-verse podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, there's NSFW, frame rate, scam school, weird things, FSL tonight, but the NSFW art. What is on the? I can't even see because I have my.
Have you not?
My Skype window is kind of small.
Did you notice something weird? I didn't. Well, here I'll just go to BB Live Show here. It looks like somebody Oh, you know what it is? Somebody updated. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Somebody updated the BB-verse podcast with and this is awkward. They kind of.
Why don't you go and explain to me what's on the cover? So give everybody the URL for the BBpedia, just so everybody can see this.
bbliveshow.info. It's all fan run community, Wikipedia style. And okay, look, let's just cut to the chase. It's the NSFW album art featuring Brian Brushwood and the Ad Dragon. And it's definitely not you.
How many years? How many goddamn years have I not been on the cover, Brian? Answer me.
All of them?
All the years. 1 week. 1 week. This jerk off is on.
You know what? I don't know what to tell you, man.
Con los terroristas.
Take a look at this. There. That was funny though, right? And distracted us from the conversation about the Ad Dragon.
Hilarious.
You don't like no?
It's great.
No?
It's great.
No?
It's great.
It's great. It's great. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. I don't know what else there is to talk about outside of
Talk about this. March 9th, the Eastern at South by Southwest. You ain't got to have a badge. You ain't need no money to get in. You're going to see Ali Spagnola. She's going to do some form of a power hour. Long story short, you're going to get drunk, and you're going to see the Possum Posse perform.
God, they're so
that
good.
is South by So Wasted 2. Me, Brian. Apparently it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong. Me versus the Ad Dragon and a live ad read off. I'm so pumped for all this to go down, man.
You know what, man? We don't normally do this. I'm not gonna do the end of the night song. Instead, I'm gonna play a track from Possum Posse's new album, "Let's Ride, Boys." The importance of commas. Don't forget that new extra credit episode out at scamstuff.com. And most importantly, I want to give another shout out to our friends over at Doghouse Systems that made it possible to set up the Brian Brushwood Studios with a good switching engine. Hopefully everything's looking good these days, and that's entirely because of those fine folks. If you use promo code SCHWOOD at checkout, you can get the Max Trollbox art for free, and I'll send you a scam pack and a bunch of digital goods, over $100 of extra rocket sauce from that. Thank you to the Possum Posse, Ali Spagnola. We'll see you guys at South by So Wasted. It's going to be an amazing time. Die in a fire.
See you next Tuesday.
Well, we got an invitation to some sort of show. She said, get off your fat one, cause it starts in an hour. And I was just sitting by the TV when she cut the power. Now, how am I gonna find out what happened to Jack Bauer? I ain't going nowhere. Then she looked at me up, and I was totally down. I said, you can be the queen, honey, just bring me the crown. Well, I'm gonna hop on the microphone, maybe try to raise a toast. Well, I
Dude, I figured out my favorite thing about the Possum Posse
What's that?
is that he goes out of his way to rhyme words that don't rhyme. He rhymed show with hour. He's like, got a shower?